There are many challenges for European gas. I think probably the biggest one is our declining indigenous supply. Right across Europe, you see it in the UK, you see it here in Holland, in the UK, in Europe rather, currently importing up to 80% of its gas. So the challenge for Europe is where does it get its supply from, and how much of that can it get from its own resources, I would say is the biggest challenge for European gas.
And it's very much the expectation that demand for gas will fall. Even though indigenous gas supplies will fall at the same time, there is a fear that there will be the continuation of oversupply of gas going forward. And it's really the challenge is to figure out what would be the new sources of demand for gas going forward.
The current challenges for gas in Europe are that policy has been somewhat mixed with respect to gas. We've seen incentivisation of renewals, but at the same time we've seen some countries move towards an increasing volume of coal in the mix. So on the one hand aiming to reduce carbon emissions, on the other hand using more coal, and gas has tended to become squeezed between those two kind of competing policies, as it were.
I think the key challenge for European gas is to figure out what they want to do. It's always the challenge in Europe. What is going to be the policy? Is there going to be one European policy? Is there going to be state policies? Is there going to be policy in Brussels? Are there going to be regional policies? Until they answer that question, we're not going to get anywhere. And they have terrible trouble answering that existential question.
The current challenges for European gas are essentially from two directions. One is how to get into the policy mix gas as opposed to coal, so to replace the coal and to really help our reduction in emissions. And then the second is clearly the external reliance on Russia, the threat that Russia poses, the unreliability of supply from Gazprom, and the need to diversify quickly and substantively so that not only our energy markets are more secure, but our continent is more secure and our boundaries and borders are more secure.